Now come to the exercise. Here, first is here multiple choice questions. The consolidate option is a part of what? All of you know that consolidate means what? With the help of consolidations, we can combine the data and that options available in which menu? That option available in data menu. Next is here, in order to consolidate the data from different parts of the same sheet, use what options? We use their consolidation option. Next is here, the what if scenario feature allowed to create with the help of what if scenario, what we can do? We can create different cases for input. Next is here, under the multiple operation feature, you may create dash based on different input. Means in multiple operations, what we can create? We can create one output based on the different input. Means we provided multiple input and on behalf of multiple inputs, we just get one output. Next is here, if you have a set of inputs that work together to give one output, which of the following feature of NEELAM best find input values for an output? That is goal seek. In goal seek, what we can do? We can change the value in a one cell, and on behalf of that, it automatically changes the value in the another cell. Which of the following tools is capable for producing minimum and maximum possible values for the input? With the help of consolidate, we can produce the minimum and maximum possible values for a input. Next is here, which sequence of menu items or commands let you share a document? Means if we want to share the documents, then with the help of which command we can do? We can do with the help of tools and then share spreadsheet. With the help of this option, we can set our worksheet in a sharing mode. How can you edit an already entered comment in a cell? By right click and clicking on edit comment. Means if we want to edit any comment, then how we can do? First we add the comment and then we right click in that particular cell, and after that there we find the option edit comment. We can just click on that, and with the help of that we are able to edit the comment. Next is here, short question answers are here. First question is here, what are the various scenarios when a shared spreadsheet is being attempted to save? Means when we want to save any spreadsheet, then what are the options here? They are saying that these are the settings that we have to do, and these are the changes on behalf of these settings. These changes appear. Means when we click on sheet protection on, when we click on scenario cell protection off, prevent changes on, copy back on, it means that what will happen? Scenario cell values cannot be changed. All of you will read this table by yourselves, because kahin isme off hai, kahin off hai, on hai. On behalf of that, whatever changes will appear, you can read from here. Next is here, what are the steps in formatting a comment? Means if we want to format a comment, format means want to editing in the comment, want to delete the comment, then how we can do? We can just right click in the cell, context menu comes up, click on the edit comment from the context menu, and then cursor shows up inside the comment, the start editing of the document. Next is here, what is a macro? Macro means what? It is a saved sequence of commands or keystrokes that are used for later use. Means we can just create macro once, and whenever we want to use that macro, we can use, and we can create macro for both tasks, simple task and as well as For simple task, we can create the macro, and as well as we can also create the macro for complex task. Macro are specially useful to repeat a task the same way over and over again. Now, how do you record a macro? Means if we want to record a macro, then how we can do? They are saying first open a spreadsheet, enter some number into a sheet, then select the cell which contains the number 3 and press the Ctrl C. After that, select the range and then click on tools. There you will find macro option. Then click on record macro to start the macro recorder. The macro recorder dialog box display with the stop recording button, and then click on use, add it, then click on paste special to open the paste special dialog box. Set the operation multiply in this. Like this you can record the macro. Suppose that here I am going to write some values 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? Okay, after that click on any cell, copy the data and then select all these cells, click on tools, click on macro, then click on record macro. This kind of dialog box, this kind of box appear, and after that click on add it, then click on paste special. When you click on paste special, select operation. Suppose we want to do the multiply. After that click on OK. Now you can see all numbers multiplied by 5. Clear? Because I copied this text, it means that we select the operation multiply and then it multiply all data with 5. Now stop recording. Want to save the macro? You can write down the macro name here and then click on save. In this way you can create the macro. They are also explaining the same thing. First open the spreadsheet, write down numbers in a sheet, and then you can select, they are saying that select cell A3. You can select any cell and copy the text, and after that select the range, then click on tools, macro, record macro option. After that click on add it and then paste special, and from there you can select any operation, multiply, division, addition, whatever operation you want to perform, you can select. After that click on stop recording. A current document dialog box will appear. You can create on new module and then write down the name of the module and then click on save button. These are the options for record a macro. Now fifth question is here. What are the rules for the naming of libraries, module and macro name? Means what are the conditions with the help of that we can set the macro name? They are saying that macro name always begins with letter. Means when we want to write down the name of the macro, it always begin with the letter. Not contain space. Means there should be no space in between the letter. Note contains special character accents included except the underscore. Means if we want to use the space between the letters, then in place of spacebar key we can use their underscore keys. These are 3 naming conventions that we have to follow when we are going to assign the name to a macro. Means macro name always begins with letter. It not contain any space, not contain any special character except the underscore. We can just use the underscore, not accept any another special character. Now in part C, how can you track changes in a spreadsheet? Then how you can stop the track changes? We know that how we can do with the help of edit, track changes and then manage. We can accept or reject the changes. First we have to record the changes, and after record we just click on edit, track changes and then manage. With the help of that we can accept or reject the changes. In this way you can do. First click on edit, then track changes. First you have to record Suppose here I'm going to write some content here. In this way, you can write down some content. Now again click on edit, track changes. Here you find manage option, and in manage option you can accept and reject the changes. If you click on accept all, it will accept all the changes. If you click on reject all, it will reject all the changes whatever made by you. Clear? They are asking about this option: file, edit, file, then your track changes, then your manage. When you click on manage, click on manage, manage dialog box appear, and from here you can accept and reject the changes. They are also saying the same thing. First, edit the documents, whatever changes you want to make, then click on edit, then track changes, then manage. From there, you can accept and reject changes. If you click on accept, it will accept one by one. Accept all option is also there. It will accept all the changes at once. And reject, it will reject one by one. Or reject all, it will reject all the changes at once. Next is how you can name a macro and its library. Means when you want to set a name for the macro, then how you can do? You have to follow these steps. You will read by yourself. What is the nature and function argument that are used to create a macro? Means we can use any positive values, and if we want to create the sum, subtraction, multiplications, these points we can do in a macro. How you can enable or disable macro? They are saying the tools, option, LibreOffice, then security, and then macro security. From there we can enable or disable the macro.